In this video, I'm going to discuss with you algebraic formulas, which is a part of algebra topic. Now, in this, first we'll begin with basic formulas and we'll start with the formula of square of a plus b. I hope you all know this formula, and that is a square plus 2ab plus b square. Similarly, there's a formula for a minus b whole square, which is a square minus 2ab plus b square. And you should know the formula of a plus b whole cube, which is a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. There is one more formula connected with this, or another way of writing the same formula is a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into brackets a plus b. Similarly, we have a formula for a minus b whole cube, which is a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b cube. And like previously, here also we have another variant to this formula, that is a cube minus b cube minus 3ab brackets a minus b. So please note down these formulas, these four formulas, which are basic formulas. Further to this, we have some more formulas which also are part of basic formulae. One of them is a square minus b square. And I hope you all know the formula for that is a minus b into a plus b. Actually, this is factorization of a square minus b square. A cube minus b cube. And the formula for that is a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. A cube plus b cube is similarly equal to a plus b into brackets a square minus ab plus b square. A4 minus b4 is equal to a square minus b square into brackets a square plus b square. Now, as you can see here, a square minus b square can be also further factorized as a minus b into a plus b into a square plus b square. Now here I have two choices. Either I keep a minus b outside the brackets and multiply remaining two brackets, that is multiply a plus b into a square plus b square. And so I will get a minus b into big bracket, and in that we'll have a cube plus a square b plus ab square plus b cube. The second choice is if I keep a plus b outside and multiply the remaining two brackets, which is a minus b multiplied with a square plus b square, I will get a plus b into brackets a cube minus a square b plus ab square minus b cube. Now from these last four formulas, we can generalize to three general formulas. The first of them is an minus bn. Now that you can factorize as a minus b outside the brackets, and in the second bracket we will have a to the power n minus 1 plus a to the power n minus 2 into b plus and dot dot dot. So this pattern will go on, and last term will be plus b to the power n minus 1. But remember, this is true for all values of n, whether n is even number or odd number. Second formula will be an minus bn is equal to a plus b into, now in the second brackets I will have the same terms as in the previous case, but the terms will be alternately positive, negative, positive, negative. It will end with negative. So it is minus b to the power n minus 1 in the second bracket. But this is true only when n is an even number. And third and last general formula will be for an plus bn. And that is an plus bn is equal to a plus b into, now second bracket will have again terms in alternation with positive and negative. So it will be first term positive, then negative, then positive and negative. Understand here that this will end with plus b to the power n minus 1. And this formula is valid only when n is odd number. You can connect these formulas with the previous four formulas and remember these formulas. Now let's try a couple of questions based on these formulas. My first question is, if x plus 1 by x is 7, find the value of the said expression. Now, how will you go about this? It's clear from the question itself that we have to do squaring on both sides of the given equation. So x plus 1 by x is equal to 7. If we square both sides, we will get x plus 1 by x whole square is equal to 7 square. And so we get, by applying the formula of a plus b whole square, It's x square plus 1 by x square plus 2 into AB, that is 2 into x into 1 by x, and that is equal to 49. And so x and 1 by x will cancel. I'll be left with x square plus 1 by x square plus 2 is equal to 49. And so shifting 2 to the right hand side, I'll get x square plus 1 by x square is equal to 47. And that's the value of the given expression. Our next question is slightly more twisted. It says if x square plus 1 by x square is equal to 83, find the value of this expression. Now to find the value of the required expression, which is x cube minus 1 by x cube, please understand this you can obtain if you somehow knew the value of x minus 1 by x. Now from the given equation, how to get the value of x minus 1 by x? Please recall from the list of formulas that in case of x plus 1 by x whole square or x minus 1 by x whole square, the first two terms are always x square plus 1 by x square. So x plus 1 by x whole square will be x square plus 1 by x square plus 2, whereas x minus 1 by x whole square will be x square plus 1 by x square minus 2. So we'll use that second formula in this case. And I will get something like this, which means I'll be subtracting 2 on both sides of the given expression, given equation, and I'll get x square plus 1 by x square minus 2 is equal to 83 minus 2. And then I will get the right hand side as 81, and left hand side is nothing but x minus 1 by x whole square. So we get this is equal to 81. Now, if we remove the power 2, I will get x minus 1 by x is equal to plus minus 9. Don't think it is just 9, it is plus minus 9. I've seen a lot of students committing this error of saying the expression is equal to 9 only, and so they land up with some answer which doesn't match with the options in the examination. Please remember, if you do square root on both sides, the value of right hand side will be plus minus 9 and not just 9. Now, so we now know the value of x minus 1 by x is equal to plus minus 9. So the given expression, the required expression is x cube minus 1 by x cube. If I factorize by using the formula of a cube minus b cube, which was a minus b into brackets a square plus b square plus ab, I will see this result. So we have x cube minus 1 by x cube is equal to x minus 1 by x into brackets x square plus 1 by x square plus 1, because a into b is x into 1 by x, which is 1. And now in this expression, I will put all the values which I know. I know x minus 1 by x value is plus minus 9. And in the second brackets, we already are given the value of x square plus 1 by x square, which is 83. So putting it here, I will get plus minus 9 into brackets 83 plus 1, which is plus minus 756. So as I was saying, if somebody says that x minus 1 by x value is only 9, he forgets to say minus 9. So his answer will be plus 756. But if I create the options, and if I say I don't give you the option of plus 756, if I give one of the options of minus 756 and some other values which is anything but 756, you might say the answer is not given. The correct option is not given. Maybe you'll feel the question is wrong. But actually this is not the case. You made a small mistake by saying that x minus 1 by x is only 9. But actually it is plus minus 9. So keep this thing in mind. Okay? All right, so our next example is this expression. We have to simplify the value of the given expression and match with the options. From the look of the given expression, you should be able to understand it is something related with cubes. So in cubes, we saw two formulas, a plus b whole cube or a minus b whole cube. In a plus b whole cube, all expanded terms were in positive sign. But here we can see some terms are positive, some are negative. It's actually alternately plus minus terms. So most likely it's going to be a formula of or expanded form of a minus b whole cube. So what is a and what is b? We can make out from the first and last term. The first term is 1.25. We can say that is a, and the last term is 0.75 cube. So we will say b is 0.75. The middle two terms are rewritten in this format. So we have 1.25 cube minus 3 into 1.25 square into 0.75 and so on. This is now in the standard format of expansion of a minus b whole cube. So we say this is 1.25 minus 0.75 whole cube is equal to now 0.5 cube, which is 0.125. In such questions, do not try to find out the value of each expression by using calculators. See, in papers, we have calculators available now on screen, but we are not supposed to do those things. We are expected to know these formulas. That's going to be much, much faster than by use of calculator. And so my answer is 0.125. Okay, this one, this looks pretty easy because this is directly like x minus y into x square plus y square plus xy. So recall this was the formula of a cube minus b cube. So we get this expression, and 9a square I can write as 3a bracket whole square plus 3a into 2ab plus 2ab whole square. So it's like a minus b or x minus y into brackets x square plus xy plus y square. And so it comes out to 27a cube minus 8a cube b cube. Obviously, it is C option. One more example. Now we are supposed to find the value of this expression. Once again, don't find the value of numerator separately and denominator separately. That's going to be very, very lengthy. So what you are supposed to do is think of what formula you have to apply here. So if I see the numerator, it is like x to the power 4 minus y to the power 4. Let us say 3.75 is x and 2.24 is y. So replacing these numbers by x and y, I will get this expression, which is x4 minus y4 upon this expression, the denominator. I hope now you can make out what formula we are going to use here. And that is like x4 minus y4 has to be factorized. Now there are various ways to factorize the numerator x4 minus y4. But I want the factorization in such a way that some portion of that cancels with the denominator. Denominator gives me a hint as to in what format I have to factorize the numerator. So if you can understand, this numerator should be factorized as x plus y into the remaining part. That is in brackets, I'll have x cube minus x square y plus xy square minus y cube, which matches with the denominator, and the whole thing gets cancelled out. And so I'm finally left with x plus y, which is 3.76 plus 2.24, and that is 6. Now see, if you use the formulas carefully, you get the answer very fast. So the whole concept here is that you should memorize all those formulas which are listed in the beginning of the slides. And if you know those formulas thoroughly, forwards as well as backwards, then you will have hardly any difficulty in solving such questions. Now let's move on to one more example. Which of the following is necessarily true? Okay, so you have to read each statement, each option statement separately and find out which is correct. So we can see that A option, it says an minus bn is always divisible by a plus b for all values of n even or odd, which we know is not true because this is divisible by a plus b only when n was even. Remember that? So first statement is therefore not necessarily true. Second statement, an minus bn is divisible by a minus b only if n is odd. Now we know that an minus bn is divisible by a minus b for all values of n, whether n is even or odd. But it says only if n is odd, so we will say that B option is also not correct. C option is that an minus bn is divisible by a plus b only if n is even. Now this is correct. And we can easily see now that D option is also wrong. By the way, this is a standard result, so we should know the correct answer is C option only. Okay. So there was no calculation, there was just conceptual checking of the basic formulas. Now we come to the next part of this chapter, that is advanced formulae, in which we'll talk about some more difficult formulas. Our first of the formula is a plus b plus c whole square, which is naturally the extension of the formula of a plus b whole square. So this formula will be a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca. The second formula is a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca. Now that is equal to what? Now this is equal to half times big brackets a minus b whole square plus b minus c whole square plus c minus a whole square. Please remember this formula always. Now please realize that the right hand side expression is sum of squares of real numbers. And we already know that square of a real number is always either 0 or more than 0. So obviously sum of squares of the real numbers will be always more than or equal to 0, and this is the result. Therefore, the left-hand side expression, which is a square plus b square plus c square minus AB minus BC minus CA will be always more than equal to 0. Okay. Now we are saying that the given expression, the left-handed expression, is either 0 or more than 0. That's a standard result. If it is equal to 0, then what happens? So if it is equal to 0, then we say the right-hand side expression is also equal to 0. Half gets cancelled out. So we have A minus B whole square plus B minus C whole square plus C minus A whole square equals to 0. And that means what? Sum of squares of real numbers is 0 means each term is individually 0. So what is individually 0? A minus B is 0. Similarly, B minus C is 0. And C minus A is also 0. And that finally means that A equal to B equal to C. So that means we have to understand this formula, the deduction, that if A square plus B square plus C square minus AB minus BC minus CA is equal to 0, then it is necessarily true that A equal to B equal to C. All right. Our third formula is A cube plus B cube plus C cube minus 3ABC. Now, what is that equal to? This is equal to A plus B plus C into, now in second brackets, we will have A square plus B square plus C square minus AB minus BC minus C. And you should now realize that the second bracket is the same as the previous formula. And so in CAT paper, these two formulas are normally mixed to solve some questions. We will see very soon. Here we will talk of two deductions based on this formula. First thing is, what will happen if A plus B plus C is equal to 0? You should see that on right hand side, the first bracket was A plus B plus C. Now, if that is equal to 0, obviously the whole product on the right hand side will be 0. And if that becomes 0, the left hand side expression, which was A cube plus B cube plus C cube minus 3ABC, will be obviously equal to 0. And that means A cube plus B cube plus C cube is equal to 3ABC. This is our first deduction. Second is, what happens if converse happens? That means if A cube plus B cube plus C cube is equal to 3ABC, then what will happen? Now, two possibilities are there now. Because this is equal to 3ABC, so left-hand side of the equation, the formula is 0, and that means right-hand side is also 0. Now, that right-hand side will be 0 under two circumstances. Either A plus B plus C is 0, or the second bracket is 0. What if I impose further condition that A plus B plus C is not 0? So if it is not 0, then what happens? Then second bracket has to be 0. And if second bracket has to be 0, it means what? They call the previous formula, previous deduction in the second formula. That if A square plus B square plus C square minus AB minus BC minus C is 0, then what happens? We have already seen that it means that A equal to B equal to C. So if this is 0, that means A equal to B equal to C. That's our second deduction, which means what I'm trying to say is, if A cube plus B cube plus C cube is equal to 3ABC and A plus B plus C is not 0, then definitely ABC are equal. Now this deduction is very important deduction because based on this deduction, CAT and XAT papers have questions. Our fourth formula is, now this formula is less often used, so you may not give more importance to this, but may be asked. So this fourth formula is for A4 plus A square B square plus B4, that is equal to A square plus AB plus B square into second bracket is A square minus AB plus B square. So this is the list of advanced formulas. These along with the previous, that is basic formula, you all must remember so that you can solve questions based on them. Let's try this example. In this case, we have to find a value of the expression. It's obvious from the numerator that the formula, which formula we have to apply. It is A cube plus B cube plus C cube minus 3ABC formula. And what is the factorization of that? Here I have replaced 6.7 by A and 2.8 by B and 0.5 by C. So it becomes this expression, and that when factorized gives you this. And we can see in the numerator second bracket matches with the denominator expression. So this cancels and I'm left with A plus B plus C, and that comes out to 10. All right, next example is The prime numbers by which this expression is always divisible are. Okay. Here the trick which you should understand always is that when we have cubes of three expressions, three numbers, like here we have cube of 34 and 21 and minus 55. Whenever we have cubes of three numbers, always understand we have to invariably use that formula of a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc in some form or the other, maybe deduction of that or the direct formula. Now in this case, we realize that if a is 34, b is 21 and c is minus 55, then the question becomes what's the value of, or rather a cube plus b cube plus c cube is divisible by what? All right. Now the expression becomes a cube plus b cube plus c cube, where a, b, c are these values. Keep in mind that c is minus 55 and not just 55. And if I recall the deductions, I see here that here a plus b plus c is 0. See this, 34 plus 21 plus minus 55 is 0. And since this is 0, what was the deduction saying? The deduction was that if a plus b plus c is 0, it means a cube plus b cube plus c cube is equal to 3abc. And that means the given expression 34 cube plus 21 cube minus 55 cube is equal to 3abc. That's 3 into 34 into 21 into minus 55. If you further factorize this, we get all these prime factors. Now matching with the options, which one is the correct answer? Obviously it is D option. Okay. All right. This is another one. Some equations are given and we have to find a value of ABC. How do we go about this? So from the first two equations, a plus b plus c is 3 and a square plus b square plus c square is 5. What formula connects these two? We should understand that a plus b plus c square, if we do squaring of the first equation, then we will hopefully get some answers. So if I do squaring of the first equation, I will get a plus b plus c whole square equals to 9. And when you expand this, the first term will be a square plus b square plus c square, which value I already know of, that is 5, given in the question. So I'll get a square plus b square plus c square plus twice of this is equal to 9. Replacing the first expression by 5, I will get 5 plus twice of this is equal to 9. And from this, if I simplify it further, I'll get twice ab plus twice bc plus twice c is 9 minus 5, 4, and dividing by 2 on both sides, I'll get ab plus bc plus c equal to 2. Now, look at the third equation. 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c equals to 1. If I take LCM on left hand side in denominator, I'll get in the denominator ABC and numerator will be AB plus BC plus CA. Do you get this? So we have this expression now equal to 1. Shifting the denominator on right hand side, I'll get this. AB plus BC plus CA is equal to ABC. But we have already found out the value of AB plus BC plus CA, which is 2. And so obviously it means that ABC is also equal to 2. And that's exactly what was asked. All right. Another question. We have to simplify the expression given here. So what we see here is that in numerator we have something to the power 4 plus something to the power negative 4 plus 1. Denominator has powers 2. Where all we had the power 4s. If I say a is 1 plus 2 by 5, because everywhere we have the same expression in the brackets, so it is 7 by 5, it becomes a4 plus a to the power negative 4 plus 1 upon a square plus a to the power negative 2 plus 1. Now what do we do of this? We can factorize the numerator as this using this formula. If you recall, the fourth formula in the advanced formula list was this. a4 plus a square b square plus b4 is equal to this. Using this here, I will get this factorization and I can see one of the terms cancels. That is the first bracket in numerator cancels with the denominator expression, and I'll be left with a square plus a to the power negative 2 plus a into a power minus 1. Now, a into a power minus 1 is 1, so it becomes this. Now putting the value of a as 7 by 5, my calculation efforts will be much reduced. And so I'll get 7 by 5 square plus 5 by 7 square minus 1. Rest is all calculations. Although this also involves some bit of calculation, but that is pretty less compared to what would have been the case had you solved the entire expressions directly. Now we will see some more application-based questions based on what we have covered so far. And I hope while you solve these questions, your formulas, and you have committed those formulas to the memory. If you have not yet done so, please rewind the video and see those formulas, make a list of those formulas, memorize them, and then only attempt these questions. Okay? Now, our first question is an actual CAT problem, and it says 4 to the power 2 to the power 4 bracket whole to the power 1 by 2 square into 3 into c, and same thing goes on, equal to 64, find the value of c. How do we go about this? Now, first of all, this looks like a difficult expression, and a lot of students who are not comfortable with maths will get put off, and they will probably not do this question at all. But if we attempt to do this question, let us see how to do it. First of all, we can write the whole expression as this. See, in the first bracket, we have 4 to the power 2 to the power 4. That 2 to the power 4 is multiplied with 1 by 2 square into 3 into c, which becomes 4 to the power. Now, in the power, I'll have 2 to the power 4 upon 2 square into 3 into c. Doing the same thing for the remaining two brackets, I'll get 4 to the power 3 to the power 4 divided by 2 into 3 square into c, and so on. And if I cancel only 1, 2 in the first power between numerator and denominator, I will get this expression, that is 4 to the power. Now we have in the power 2 cube divided by 2 into 3 into c. In the second also, I remove 1 factor of 3, I'll get 3 cube divided by 2 into 3 into c. And likewise for third one, a single c is cancelled. Now if you choose to cancel 2 2's and 2 3's and 2 c's, it makes no difference, because later on it will boil down to same thing. Let us see. Now, having done this, we now realize that in the powers, denominators are same. And what's the use of that? You will soon see that. Now, this can be written as 4 to the power. Now, powers are added because of laws of exponents. So it becomes 2 cube upon 2 into 3 into c plus 3 cube upon 2 into 3 into c, and so on. And 64 obviously is 4 cube. Now we see that base on both sides, the base is 4. So powers are equated. What do we get? We get 2 cube plus 3 cube plus c cube upon 2 into 3 into c is equal to 3. And when we shift the denominator to right hand side, I will get 2 cube plus 3 cube plus c cube is equal to thrice of 2 into 3 into c. Now recall that this is nothing but a cube plus b cube plus c cube formula. And we see that this is what? A cube plus b cube plus c cube is equal to 3abc, where a is 2 and b is 3. Now we know that if a cube plus b cube plus c cube is equal to 3abc, as we have already got, two possibilities are there. Either a plus b plus c is 0, or a equal to b equal to c. That we have seen already. That means in this case, it becomes that either 2 plus 3 plus c is 0, or 2 equal to 3 equal to c. But obviously 2 equal to 3 equal to c is ruled out, because we know that 2 is not equal to 3. So that part is gone. So what we are left with is that 2 plus 3 plus c is equal to 0, and therefore c is equal to -5. So I feel that was a brilliant question given by CAT people in that year, based on this formula of a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc. That's a brilliant question. Check one more example. This was asked in ZAT. So if you read the question carefully, this is a function fx given as x to the power 4 plus x cube plus x squared plus x plus 1, where x is a positive integer greater than 1. What's the remainder if f x to the power 5 is divided by fx? How do we go about it? First of all, x to the power 5 minus 1, you factorize using the formula an minus bn. And that is equal to x minus 1 into the second bracket. And the second bracket is what is given as fx. This formula I can rewrite as that x to the power 5 is equal to, I am shifting -1 to the right hand side, I will get the bracketed terms plus 1. And now I can say when x to the power 5 is divided by the bracketed term like x4 plus x cube plus x square plus x plus 1, the remainder is 1. You get this point? Okay. Keep this thing in mind. Now my question says f x to the power 5. So let us get to the expression of f x to the power 5, which is equal to, now in the expression of fx, wherever we see x, we should replace it by x to the power 5. So the expression becomes x power 5 to the power 4 and so on. Each term when divided by fx, basically the question is fx5 divided by fx, what is the remainder? So in this last equation, if I divide fx5 by fx, basically I'm dividing the right hand side entire expression also by fx. And what is fx? The expression x4 plus x cube and so on. Now it means x to the power 5. On the right hand side, we have the first term as x5 power 4. Now focus on the term x power 5, which when divided by this expression x4 plus x cube and so on, leaves the remainder 1. So in the first bracket, the remainder is 1. So we have net remainder of 1 to the power 4. Okay. Second bracket, again x5 divided by same expression gives you remainder 1. So we have 1 to the power 3. Third term, 1 to the power 2 and so on. So what we get is, the remainder is 1 plus 1 plus 1 5 times. And so my remainder is 5. I hope you have got this point. All right. So my answer is, remainder is 5. Now it may not strike to you this method. So there is an alternative or a shortcut method to solve the same question. How do we go about this? We can take some value of x as, let's say, value of x is 2. When you put x as 2, what happens? What is f of 2 then? 2 to the power 4 plus 2 cube and so on, and that comes out to 31. f2 is 31, and question is f of x to the power 5 when divided by fx, what is the remainder? X to the power 5 means 2 to the power 5, so f 2 to the power 5 is 32. So question is f32 divided by f2, what is the remainder? Now what's the value of f32? That is this, 2 to the power 5 power 4. Now don't find the value of it, keep it at this stage. Now if I have to divide f of 2 to the power 5 by fx, that is 31, what is the remainder? Now 2 to the power 5 is 32, so everywhere I am getting 32 in the right hand side, so I will get 32 to the power 4 plus 32 to the power 3 and so on. When f32 is divided by f2, which is 31, what is the remainder? Which means the right hand side expression when divided by 31, what is the remainder? Again, I see that 32 by 31, my remainder is 1. Okay. So my first term remainder is 1 to the power 4. Second term, 32 to the power 3 divided by 31, what's the remainder? So 32 by 31 remainder is again 1. So we have 1 cube and so on. You see this? And therefore my remainder is 1 plus 1 plus 1 5 times, and that is equal to 5. That's also a way of solving this question. Thank you for watching this video. In case you have any queries regarding this video, you can always approach me on the mentioned email ID. Alternatively, you can also send the comments in the comment box.